What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build here in the world of Komorebi, the new world that came with the newest expansion pack, Snowy Escape. I expect more builds in this world because I am incredibly inspired by this new pack right now. I have a Pinterest board full of things and I want to continue to build in this world until I am done with those things on my Pinterest. So we might be in this world for a while on this channel. Just to warn you. So we are building a family home today by, you can tell by the title. I'm using a platform here on the roof to kind of make like a fake third level. And then I'm using these awnings as the roof pieces because um, we can't put roofs on top of platforms, which I feel like was a missed opportunity on the Sims part. Hopefully we can get that in an update soon. Or not soon because it probably won't happen soon, but hopefully we can get that in an update eventually. I've heard a few other people mention it as well, and it seems like in the Sims community, if we really just beg for something, they eventually they give it to us. So hopefully at some point we can put roof pieces on top of platforms. It will just open up, more things you can do with the platforms, and like more things you can do just like with an exterior of a build. But I did eventually make it work with those awning pieces, which also come from Snowy Escape. It was very finicky, and it took a lot of raising things up and down with the 9-0 keys and alt placing, and it was very tedious, which is why I cut it, or which is why I stopped recording, and then it came back real quick and it was done. Um, but like I said, this is a family home. It ends up having 3 bedrooms, I believe. Yes, 3 bedrooms, and it's for a family of 4. I could have done a family of 5 because there's a kids room, and the kids room really could have fit 2 beds, but oh well. I'll leave that up to you. You can have as many Sims live here as you want. Um, because the teens room is also big enough to have several beds in it. But I am actually building this on the same exact lot that I built the townhouse on. Um, it's just a different orientation of the lot. Um, so yeah, and I'm doing something kind of funky with the landscaping. So I'm doing some terrain painting right now because I wanted the whole front yard to be like a rock garden. Um, I really wish we had some black rocks in a terrain paint. So like I use these like tannish grayish looking pebbles. I wish we had those pebbles but in black, because then I would have used it where I used this darker terrain paint. I would have done like black pebbles, but we don't have that in a terrain paint. We have some like black pebble um, flooring that I think came with Spa Day, but you're more limited with flooring. Like I can't make these kind of patterns with flooring. It would be neat like if I could put flooring down and then put terrain paint on top of the flooring and hide the flooring where I don't want it, but another thing we can't do in the Sims. Um, but yeah, now I'm using these debug stepstones to make a kind of pathway from the one side of the rock garden to the other. I use the eco lifestyle concrete terrain paint to make the kind of pathway up to the door. And I know looking at it now, it's shaped like a boot. I don't really know why I did that. I was just trying to add some like, I don't know, some like detail, but it kind of doesn't look right. Like I was going for more of a curvy pathway up to the stairs, but I didn't have enough room to like really get the curve that I wanted. Maybe I'll go back and do that because it looks like a boot. But yeah. So right now you're seeing me struggle trying to pick some rocks because we have a ton of debug rocks, but they vary from pack to pack. So I started with the ones from cats and dogs, and then any other ones from any other pack where it's completely different color. So I didn't want, you know, 5 different sets of rocks that were all a different color. So I was just trying to go through the menu and find ones that looked um, as similar as the first two I sat down, which are from cats and dogs, as I said. Um, and then the landscaping on this lot is very, very simple. It's literally just a mixture of these 3 things throughout, so that all 3 things are base game. It's like the base game tall bush, the base game base grain, the base game wild grass, and then another base game bush with some white flowers. And I just used those like cluster of plants throughout because the rocks in real life wouldn't allow a whole bunch of landscaping to poke through, you know. And I imagine they also keep it very well maintained, so the landscaping that is there, they probably like move some rocks out of the way and put it there. Now we are moving on to the interior pretty quickly. I guess I took a long time on the. I guess I took a long time on the interior and not as long on the outside because this is a 23-ish minute speed build, and we're only 6 minutes in, and I'm already to the interior. um, Usually it takes me so much longer to do the exterior, but anyway. The exterior is pretty much done besides the backyard, which when I get to the backyard, it's also small. Um, but I really, really like it, actually. I stuffed it with as much stuff as I could, and I like that. Um, I've Sometimes I just go on the gallery and I just look at different houses, and sometimes I'll like place a house that I want to use for something, and like I love builds where they use every inch of the lot. It just there's just something about it placing down a lot from the gallery and it fills up the entire lot. Like it just looks better. Um and it's not just like when it's filled up with like landscaping, when it's like filled up with like actual like playable things. um I just love that, so I tried to do that with this lot. I need to go back and do some detailing like on the outside of the fence because I left some like terrain paint back there that really needs to go. But I'll do all of that before I put it on the gallery. I promise all my latest builds will be on the gallery. Um, as you're watching this, they will be on the gallery because I'm recording I'm recording this voiceover on Thursday, November 19th, and this video isn't coming out for another like 4 or 5 days, if not more than that. So at the time you're watching this and my past builds will be on the gallery. So go check that out. All that information is down below. Just don't forget to turn on move objects. I'm really sorry that I completely just talked through the living room because we won't be revisiting the living room again. I think I do one time to place a lamp on the desk that I put in there, but I used all Snowy Escape except for the TV. I used the kind of TV unit from Tiny Living. The wood tone on it is slightly off, but I just dealt with it. But I do really like the living room area. Yeah, like I said, there's 4 Sims living here, so there's definitely plenty of room in the living room for everyone to sit. I just did the dining room. I just put the little tea hutch in there, and then I'm gonna put another. I don't remember if I ended up putting it. Okay, I put this lamp because you saw me trying to put like a hutch in there that had like fine china in it, but I just didn't like any of them, so I just went with that eco lifestyle lamp. And then this is just a little sitting corner nook, whatever you want to call it. This What is this called? This accent table in the screenshots, it or you won't sorry, you won't see me clutter that, but it is cluttered. I think I took a screenshot of it, but if it's not in the screenshots, then if you download this build, it will be cluttered up. It won't just be plain. because I was taking the screenshot and realized I didn't clutter it up, and I was like, well, I need to. I don't want to look lazy, so I did go back and do that. But here's the kitchen. The kitchen I'm absolutely obsessed with, if I'm being completely honest. Um, I use this tile flooring that I think is from Get Famous. I'm really not 100% sure, but I've never used this tile flooring, I don't think, in a build before. If I have, it was in like an industrial build, but I have definitely never used this swatch before. And I really thought I wasn't going to like it because it was so white, but I don't know. The kitchen counters having the wood tone at the bottom and the white at the top, it just broke it. It just broke it up really well. And I don't know. I just really enjoy this kitchen. It's not too bright. It's not too simple. I don't know. I really like it. I would love to have this kitchen in like real life, for real, for real. But later on, I will come back to the kitchen because I clutter it up quite a bit, because since it's a family home, I wanted it to look lived in. And that's another reason why I did want to go back and furnish or clutter up that accent table, because I mean, I know it's just one silly accent table, but like, since it's a family home, I just wanted this to really look lived in. Especially a family that has a teenager and a kid, because that's what's gonna be in this home. So down here, this is the master bedroom. The master bedroom is probably the smallest bedroom in the house by tile count. But the reason that is because the upstairs is kind of small. So there were only a limited amount of like floor plans I could do. So the kids' room is only 3 or 4 tiles wide, but it's like really long. It might be 9 or 10 tiles long. And then the teens' room is literally like 10 by 9. Like the teens' room is pretty big. And I furnish it for a boy teen, and I really didn't give him a lot of stuff, but he has a big room. It's definitely bigger than the parents' room. The reason why I gave the parents the downstairs room though is because like if I had kids and I bought a 2-story house, I wouldn't want my kids sleeping downstairs while I'm sleeping upstairs, because I would just have that mentality of like, well, if somebody broke in, they could get to them first, and I won't even know, So if I'm downstairs and they're upstairs, I would just feel a little bit better about that, just for my kids' safety. So that's why I put the parents' room downstairs. But here is the teens' room. So as you can see, it's a fairly large room. It may not be a 10 by 9, but like it may not be a 10 by 9 grid or whatever. But it's still much bigger than the parents' room. Like it really is. So these kids must be spoiled. Or maybe this particular bedroom was supposed to be the master bedroom for the house, but then the parents were like, no, I don't want us to sleep upstairs while one of our kids is downstairs. Speaking of the parents, well, I guess I'll tell you about the teen first, since we are in his room. So this teen, he is a pretty normal kid, but he is he's really into video games, and he's really into snowboarding. So that's why I give him a TV, and I put him a gaming console on there, and I put these Eco Lifestyle chairs so that if he had friends over, they could sit there and play the game. I was gonna make him like a streamer, like a gaming streamer, but I couldn't fit the streaming table in here. I mean, I probably could have, like, if I didn't put the chairs and I put the streaming desk against the window. But it is what it is. We can just pretend that he streams from the PlayStation or whatever it is in The Sims. But then he also likes snowboarding, hence the snowboarding mural on the wall. I imagine his mom doesn't like him snowboarding, though, because when he was younger, he tried it and he got hurt. and broke his arm or something like that. Maybe he almost died, and the mom was just like, no, but he's like, I'm gonna snowboard, mom. Sorry about it. Um, but yeah, and then the parents. So the dad is a world famous rock climber. I know that's random, but that's another thing that we got with the pack is rock climbing. And by the door, I put the wall decorate. It's not wall decorations. It's in the wall decorations, like part of the build and buy menu, but it's where it's the thing that's like shape. It's the hooks that shape like mountains, and it has rock climbing gear on it. So I imagine that belongs to the dad. I wish the career that came with this pack was more of like an exhibitionist, like someone who goes and surveys the wildlife, or someone who like goes out and climbs mountains for a living, and stuff like that. I wish that was the career that came with this pack. That would have been so cool and so much fun. Like it would have even been fun if it was like one of the careers that you can like actually go and play. Like that would have been so fun. Like if they made like other small worlds. Like you know how we can go to Planet Sixum, but that's not an actual world we can visit in like the world menu, or how we can go to the hidden lots in El Salvadorada, or how there's like that one hidden mining lot, stuff like that. I wish they would have done that to where like, okay, we had like this exhibitionist career, and then it took you to a hidden lot where it was another mountain that you could climb, and then another like jungle that you could go through and find a tiger, or something like that. It just that should have been the career that came with this pack. But whatever. Sims, if anyone's from the Sims team is watching this, do that and credit me, please. Thank you. There you go. Anyway, this is the kids' room. So as you can probably tell, it's a girl who's very into purple. But I do, yeah, just follow that color scheme throughout in this room, purple and orange. I do later go back and give her the new like fishbowl or aquarium that came with this pack randomly, but it's a cute little object. And then this is the downstairs bathroom. This is right off of the kitchen. If you were to like walk in the kitchen, it's on the left side. Not that you can actually walk in because you're a human being, not a sim, but this is the only bathroom you will see me furnish, but the other one obviously is furnished on the gallery. It's just bathrooms are boring, especially when they're going to look the same anyway. I've gotten to the point where I don't even clutter bathrooms anymore. Like I used to put the little soap dispenser on the sink, and I used to put the toothbrushes on the sink, and now I'm just like, whatever. It's not like they actually use toothbrushes. It's not like it's not like there's an actual animation where they pump soap into their hands before they wash their hands, so I'm just not even going to do it. So yeah, that's how I feel about bathrooms at the moment. And then now we're back in the kitchen, cluttering this bitch up. Excuse my language, sorry. But yeah, I put a crap ton of stuff on these shelves in what is this called? The counters. I really love how many things snap to those shelves. I think they're finally starting to listen to us about making making stuff actually be able to sit on shelves. Now they just need to go back and recode all of the previous clutter items so that they will fit on any shelf that you place down. Because sometimes, like, I love the OMSP shelf because it allows you to put things wherever you want and not have to alt place it and all of that. But sometimes I just don't feel like doing all that. And here I am using the OMSP shelf. Coming up pretty soon, I will release a tutorial of me using the OMSP shelf. Along with that video, I'll be talking about alt placing things as well. Because since I'm still pretty new at YouTube and this stuff, I'm a part of a few Sims groups on Facebook, so I always post my videos in those groups. And one girl asked me like how I did something in my platform, the family home that I built when we first got platforms. She asked me like about the OMSP shelf and how to alt place things and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial here pretty soon. Have no idea when, but it will be happening, along with my pack rankings. I set this in one of my previous speed builds lately, but it's gonna be I'm gonna be talking about the expansion packs first, especially since we just got this new one, and I don't have all the stuff packs, but that's not important right now. So we're in the backyard, so I felt like it wouldn't really make sense to not continue the whole rock garden situation in the backyard, especially when right on the other side of the fence towards the front of the house, it's like it wouldn't make sense if there was all this grass in the backyard and then there's a fence, and then on the other side is just all rocks and pavement and stuff. So I continued that throughout the backyard too. So there's really not a whole lot of grass on this lot. Just like there's only grass on like the perimeter of the lot, and not even in the front, just like the back perimeter of the lot is the only grass on this lot. Excuse me, I had to burp there. I've been doing that a lot in my recent voiceovers. Yes. So sorry about that. But yeah, this entire lot is all like rocks and gravel and pavement. There's hardly any grass at all. But that kind of works because this whole lot is surrounded by concrete, so it almost doesn't make sense for there to be grass, but I mean, it is what it is. This grill I do end up moving because I wasn't really planning on this being a modern build. I mean, the exterior of the build kind of does look like it could be modern, but that's not what I was going for. So I do delete the grill and I end up putting the outdoor fireplace that comes with this pack. And it kind of looks random putting it there, but it is what it is. Cause I'm I don't remember, but I think it's always cold in Mount Komorebi. No matter what part of the world you're in, no matter what neighborhood you're in the world, I think it's always cold. The seasons do change, but I think it's always cold. I'm not sure. It's definitely always cold in the mountain neighborhood because it's always snowing. But now I'm just placing these rocks around and putting some lighting outside so that your Sims can see at night. And then I do this a lot whenever I have balconies or like outdoor space. I forget to do them and then I end up doing them dead last. So in this area, I just put another picnic table, and then the balcony up top once I put the mailbox in. Oh my goodness. Sorry, that yawn literally snuck up on me. It was either pause the recording and be silent for a minute or let it out. So it just came out. But on this area, I just put these 2 chairs and then a meditation stool, and now I'm just gonna finish up some detailing, guys, and the screenshots will be rolling any second now. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will always respond to your comments, and please hit that notification bell. That way you know exactly when I post my next video, exactly when I post it, and I will see you all then. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.